Hi friends, in this lecture I am going to share with you my own strategy of cracking the mains examination 4 times. Guys, you can see from my scorecard I have scored very high marks in general studies paper, and today in this lecture I am going to share with you the foolproof strategy of cracking the mains examination. Guys, if you are preparing for the mains examination, this lecture is going to be very useful because I will give you step by step process how you can prepare for the mains examination. And let me tell you, if you follow my method, then no one can stop you from qualifying the mains examination. First of all, we have to understand what is mains examination all about. So guys, as far as my experience of taking the mains examination 6 times and cracking 4 times out of my 6 attempts the mains examination, let me tell you that there are 3 important pillars of the mains preparation. First is the content, which is the most important pillar. Guys, most aspirant, they ignore the content part and they give overemphasis to the answer writing and the PYQs. Guys, you have to know the difference between the prelims examination and the mains examination. In the prelims examination, practice is more important. Why? Because the answers of the question is in front of you. But in mains examination, what is really very important is the content. Content is the king in the mains examination. If you do not have very solid content, then you cannot bluff the examiner just by answer writing practice. Okay, so first thing I would like to advise every sincere UPSC aspirant, every serious UPSC aspirant is start preparing the content of UPSC general studies and optionals topic wise. Choose every topic which is mentioned in the syllabus and start preparing the content. When you prepare the content, you have to prepare the static dimension and the current dimension. Guys, in today's lecture, I am going to show to you, demonstrate to you by picking one topic from general studies paper 3, how to prepare the static content and the current content and how to interlink them. Once you do that, you have to go through the PYQs on the topic which has already been asked in the UPSC mains examination in the previous years. Once you have prepared a very good content, once you have prepared the static and current affairs linkage and you have gone through the PYQs, you are ready for the answer writing. Guys, in answer writing, there are various steps like structuring of answer, presentation of answers, diagram and presentation. So today I am going to talk about first the content part, how to prepare an excellent content so that you can impress the examiner. So guys, what I have done is that I have taken general studies paper 3 as a case study, and this subtopic Indian economy issues related to planning, mobilization, resources, growth and development and employment, and in this I have prepared one subtopic which is growth and development, and today I am going to brainstorm this topic and I am going to demonstrate to you how you can prepare your own content, how you can link the current affairs with the static part, how you can analyze the PYQs, and then how you can practice answers. So guys, first of all, what you have to do is that once you pick a topic for preparing for the mains examination, you have to first analyze the PYQs which have already come on this topic. Through this PYQ, what you will understand the various dimensions of the topic which has been asked in the UPSC mains examination before. Okay, so here some students, what mistake they do is that they only prepare these dimensions. Remember guys, in UPSC mains examination, question setters generally do not repeat the same mains question which they have already asked before, but still PYQ analysis is very important because you will understand various dimensions of the topic so that you will be aware what dimensions they have not asked till now, so that you can focus more on that dimension, because the dimensions which UPSC has not asked, they have high probability of coming in the future. Okay, so what I have done is that I have done a 360-degree analysis of the content of this topic, and then I'm going to show to you how you can link this content with the current affairs, and then how can you do answer writing. So guys, as far as growth and development is concerned, first what you need to prepare is what is the definition, what is the meaning of economic growth and what is the meaning of economic development. Once you prepare that, you need to prepare what is the difference between growth and development. This is very, very important. Once you prepare that, you need to prepare how do we measure economic growth and how do we measure economic development. Why is this important? You can see already UPSC has asked a question here. Okay, you can see here UPSC has asked a question, explain the difference between computing methodology of India's gross domestic product. So already UPSC has asked a question on measurement of economic growth. Next time they can ask you about measurement of economic development. Okay, how do we measure economic development? What are the various indicators? Next, guys, determinants of growth. Okay, what factors determine the growth? You can see already UPSC has asked multiple times question on determinants of growth. You can see here, okay, let me just show you. So you can see here growth potential. Okay, define GDP potential and explain its determinants. You can see here what are the factors behind India's potential GDP. So once you prepare this, okay, determinants of growth, you can also prepare GDP potential concept. And when you prepare GDP potential concept, you can also prepare what are the constraints on economic growth in India. Okay, what are the constraints like infrastructure, skills, labor, land, etc., etc. Okay, once you do that, guys, you have to prepare growth and development trends. What are the trends of economic growth and development? You can see here UPSC has asking question on that. You can see here, do you agree Indian economy has recently experienced V-shaped recovery? What is this? This is trend of growth. Okay, so you need to prepare what is the trend of economic growth recently. And last but not the least, you have to prepare the emerging issues. What are the emerging issues of growth and development? For example, what is middle income trap? What is per capita income? Why per capita income is low? Okay, what is developed India? Okay, developed India. What is development? Okay, India is aiming for becoming a developed India by 2047. These are emerging themes. Okay, now once you have done this analysis, once you have prepared content, this is static content. What is this? This is static content. Then what you have to do is that you have to link to the current affairs. So you have to read newspapers daily, and whenever you come across a topic which is related to this topic, you have to integrate with your static concept. Let me show you, guys. So recently in the Hindu newspaper, you can see there was a very big editorial, is India the world's fourth largest economy? Okay, if you read this entire editorial, they have talked about the concept of GDP. Then they have talked about what are the loopholes. What are the loopholes in the concept of GDP? What are the pitfalls of GDP? Then they have talked about the per capita income, why per capita income of India is low. Then they have talked about the issue of inequality, okay, and why India being the fourth largest economy, still if you see on the development parameters, okay, in terms of education, in terms of health, okay, which is basically the HDI, India's rank is still 130 plus. So although India has one of the largest economy, the fourth largest economy, but still if you assume, okay, from the development perspective, okay, India is lagging. So economic growth, India is doing great, but when you calculate on the per capita income basis, then India is still in the lower middle income. India is still in the lower middle income. Let me give you some statistics which is given here. You can see, guys, India's GDP has become more than Japan. But if you see, Japan's per capita income is $33,000, whereas India's per capita income is just $2,800. You can see how economic growth and development is not the same. India may have economic growth, but if you see development parameters, India is still lagging. India is still one of the backward countries. Its rank is more than 130 plus. And guys, how you have to do answer writing, you can see this is the daily practice sheet which I have given yesterday, and how I have framed a question, okay, both the static and the current by linking the static part with this editorial. You can see the GDP of the country tells very little about how the people live and work. In the light of the statement, explain why GDP is not a good indicator of economic well-being. Second question I framed, the per capita income of India is $2,700 in 2014, okay, which is lower end of lower income countries. Explain the reason why India's lower per capita income. In third question I have framed, can India become a developed economy? Give arguments. You can see how I have linked the static part of the syllabus with the current part of the syllabus. Guys, you can see this entire notes I have prepared in just one page. Okay, I have prepared this entire note in just one page. Okay, so if you want these things, you can join my 2026 mentorship batch for the mains examination for the next 1 year, starting from April this year to September next year. I am guiding every day. I am having these answer writing sessions where I'm linking the static part and the current part. Guys, this is around 45 minute to 1 hour lecture. Every day I conduct this. This is a very useful lecture. You can see the trial also. So guys, you can take my mains mentorship. In my mains mentorship, I am giving you daily answer writing where I am discussing 5 questions. Every day you can see, count the number of questions. Yesterday I have discussed more than 8 questions, but generally I'll be discussing 5 questions. Okay, and I am also giving you access to my recorded concept classes of the entire syllabus. Further, I am giving you access in the reading format of my mains master note. You can refer this and you can prepare your own notes. I'm also giving access to my mains master card in readable format. You can see this is my mains master card, one sample piece, and in the end I have also give access to my mains factly, again in the readable format, which you can refer for your mains preparation. So guys, if you want my mains guidance for 2026, you can telegram on these 2 numbers. Guys, mains examination is very easy to crack if you have a systematic approach to the entire mains preparation. You can start early, guys, because it will take at least 1 year to cover the syllabus, because the syllabus of entire mains is very vast. General studies paper 1, 2, 3, 4, and guys, you can see I have done it multiple times. You can also crack it. Please do consider liking this video and sharing this video with your friends. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Take care.